Good morning. I feel like this is I almost used to sit down and just have a little chat with you, really, as there's only two of you in the audience. The first presentation, there was nobody, so I'm actually hopefully improving on that. So, my name's Paul Jenkins. I work for a packaging innovation consultancy called the Pack Hub, and I'm here today to talk to you about digital print opportunities for packaging. So, as you can see from the exhibition today, there's lots of opportunities in the digital arena, and what I'd like to do in the next sort of 25 minutes or so is just talk you through some of the opportunities that present themselves from a packaging point of view. So there's lots of really good examples from big brands like Coca-Cola, Nutella, Heineken, to name but a few, that are doing some really good, exciting work with digital print, and we're really just at the very start of something quite promising. And I'll talk about what some of the issues are in terms of making that adoption more commonplace. A little bit about the Pack Hub. We're a packaging innovation consultancy, so we help brand owners, retailers, and packaging suppliers across the board, really. So from things like research and insight through to ideation sessions. Is a horrible word, but workshops to understand the opportunities. Structural design, through to sort of feasibility and implementation. So we get involved in a lot of different projects, from start-up businesses through to sort of big multinational brand owners. We feel that we really understand packaging. We've got something called the Innovation Zone, which is a weekly email which summarises all the latest packaging innovations. So if you want to go onto our website, thepackhub.com, you can subscribe to that, or just speak to me at the end of the presentation and I'll put you on there with your business card. So we track all the latest packaging innovations every week, and it's a free service. And we also have a vast library of packaging stimulus, 3D physical samples, which is often very good, because packaging is a 3D concept. It isn't something on a computer screen, so it's really useful in workshops and ideation sessions to actually get the product out there, feel it, touch it, experience it. So that's what we're all about. I presented yesterday, there was a few more in the audience yesterday, about packaging trends, of which we believe there are 6. And the reason I'm identifying this time is because the fourth one, made for me, is very much about the digital print arena. So this is about personalization and creating products that speak to consumers on a one-to-one level, either through sort of personalization or sort of pack versioning, sort of unique packs that can talk to consumers on a one-to-one basis. So where are we with the digital print arena at the moment? There's lots of changes ahead. I think brand owners are only really beginning to start to see the opportunities that present themselves with digital print. There is a lot of misunderstandings still out there. Brand managers don't yet understand the opportunities. There's misunderstandings around price and complexity, and I think some of those are being demystified as presentations like this and as work continues to go ahead. But digital is here to stay. There are some analog lovers that think that that's the only option. But I think the thing to say is digital is never going to replace. It's not like the camera industry where digital has pretty much replaced all analog processes. This digital print will sit alongside analog in a packaging arena for many years to come. I think it's only about 2 or 3% of volumes at the moment, and even forecast for the next 5 or 6 years, it's not going to be more than 5 or 6%. So this technology has its benefits and can sit alongside analog in a very different way, but it's not going to go away. And like in other areas, digital is very much here to stay. So we can see sort of digital in many other areas of our life. So whether it's smartphones, televisions, cameras, digital Kindles, book readers, it's very much part of our everyday life. And even in the retail world now, where online shopping is significantly impacting on consumers' experiences. And I think online has a good opportunity in a digital print arena, because there is a potential opportunity further down the line for retailers to personalise packs based on a retail order. When you go to Lidl or Tesco or any big supermarket, Walmart or whatever, what you buy online is exactly the same pack as what you buy in store. Now, there is an opportunity further down the line, I believe, to do personalised packs or do something quite different for the online purchase. So according to recently published figures for the UK, online now accounts for around 13% of all transactions. Internet grocery sales are set to double in key European markets by next year. So the fundamental role of packaging is being permanently altered. And as I said, at the moment, when you buy online and you buy in store, you pretty much get exactly the same pack. The pack in store might have a big 50% off flash to encourage you to pick that pack up. If you're buying online, you don't need that 50% flash when you purchase the product. So there may be an opportunity for brand owners and retailers to do something different with their online purchases. So just talk about some digital print opportunities. The first one I'd like to tell you about, and I presented this yesterday, is an initiative from, obviously from Coca-Cola, using HP print presses. This was an activity in the Israel market before Christmas. They did 2 million bottles, and every single bottle was completely and utterly unique. They used 23 base designs. They used a piece of HP software called Mosaic, which manipulated those 23 base designs to ensure that every single bottle was completely and utterly unique. On that bottle was a unique reference number, and consumers could go online and recreate that unique design through T-shirts and the like. So mobile is impacting on us in a number of different ways, and digital isn't just about packaging, it covers a whole load of different areas. So there's lots of opportunities with smartphones to do some really interesting things. This one in the top right-hand corner is a display, I think, in Korea or Japan, where consumers are able to shop whilst they're waiting for their subway train and pick up items that can then be delivered to their home. Obviously, you can do stuff with QR codes and that on pack. Augmented reality is a reality now, and you can brands can communicate with consumers like that. And there could be a future top left-hand corner where your mobile phone could help you in your shopping experience by giving sales alerts and the like. They'll know what your exact shopping experience is and can tailor that to meet your needs. With all of this, we need to understand the consumer. We need to understand what their needs are, and all digital opportunities should meet a basic need to meet an unmet consumer requirement. There's a lot of stuff around the younger consumers, the so-called millennials. So these are people basically under 24 that have lived a life, have always experienced the internet, always experienced smartphones. They have an expectation that says that brands should be communicating with them on a one-to-one basis. This isn't new stuff to them anymore. This is the norm. So I think the millennial generation, who will be leading our businesses, if they're not already, in some of the situations going forward. So they're a very important sector. So in terms of digital print, right. Hang on a sec, sorry. That should... So I'm now going to show you some examples of some digital print.
We at Diet Coke believe that each one of us is unique. That in each one of us, you can find that special something that is extraordinary. This is the essence of our brand. We have decided to make an innovative marketing move and replace our branded bottles designs with millions of unique and different looks. Millions of one-of-a-kind bottles. All bottles, in all sizes. Each one is unique. No other bottle in the world looks the same. In order to make our consumers feel extraordinary each time they drink a Diet Coke, we've developed a revolutionary technology. A special algorithm gave the printers the ability to think like a designer and create countless and different amazing designs, which were printed on all the bottles. Millions of designs. Millions of bottles. The launch of the campaign was followed by hundreds of billboard ads. Each billboard looked different. At point of sale, we gave our consumers branded gifts printed with the same designs as appeared on their bottles. We flooded the TV with a groovy spot. and a pop-up commercial every time there was an extraordinary performance on The Voice show. The campaign created a huge buzz on the social media and even on eBay. The results were also extraordinary. We gave our consumers the actual feeling of extraordinary by bringing our brand's values to life.
Okay, so that was, as I said, from in the Israel market, and this is a brand that has typically spent millions and millions and millions of pounds on above-the-line advertising, and is now investing that money on packaging. I think that said it was a 2% increase in sales volume. So that was just in the Israel market, just 2 million bottles, but expect to see that type of activity from Coca-Cola in other markets anytime soon. I think that's a really good example of how digital print for packaging can work effectively. And also the interaction, the social media stuff, people sharing things, the fact it's on eBay and people are trying to get hold of the bottles, really, really well thought out, well executed campaign in my humble opinion. So the next one is the Share a Coke campaign, which used a combination of analog and digital packaging technologies. And this has been a huge success. First launched in the Australian market about 3 or 4 years ago. Australia is so far away from the US that they can almost get away with these type of activities almost on the quiet. I don't think the head office would have necessarily signed off the changing the logo to names, but it proved a real success, and of course other markets latched onto that now. The UK have done it twice. The US market are going back again this year with it, which proves to me that it's meeting their commercial objectives. They've just launched a Braille pack in Argentina and Mexico, so again, that's another nice example, and that's Share a Coke, so you have the Braille words of the name. So a really good, successful activity, and hopefully the video will show.
Last September, in the dead of night, the world's most iconic brand did the unthinkable and took an entire country by surprise. 150 of Australia's most popular names appeared on millions of bottles of Coke. Why? Because in the previous month alone, 50% of teens and young adults hadn't even tasted a Coke. We had to reconnect with Australia, so we decided to get personal. The internet blew up straight away, but we kept quiet. And while the buzz grew and grew, we recruited our fans and made them the face of our campaign. Then, on Australia's highest rated media weekend, we came clean and invited Australians all over to share a Coke.
Kate and Kate, the two Kates. Classy Kate. Crazy Kate. If you know a Kate, share a Coke with Kate, or Mel, or Dave, or Jane.
Our message was everywhere, digitally and interactively at Sydney's iconic Coke billboard. Whichever way you turned, it was you and your friends up in lights. The media instantly took notice. Blogs lit up. Australia had fallen in love.
Coca-Cola.
Sharing a Coke.
Thousands of requests poured in for more names, but we were ready. With kiosks where you could get any name printed on a Coke can. People couldn't get enough, queuing for hours. But the requests kept flooding in. So we put it to a vote and asked Australia who they wanted to share a Coke with most. And after 65,000 people got their say, 50 new names were released. We invited everyone to share a Coke, and share they did. Whether old or young, drinkers or non-drinkers, friends searched for names, tagged one another, shared stories. Australians everywhere were once more connecting over the world's most iconic brand. And with the holidays looming, we celebrated and shared a Coke with a friend who brings a smile to every face. In just 3 short months, 5% more people were drinking Coke. Sales transactions grew by 3%. Volume increased by 4%, and 870% increase in Facebook traffic, 12,020,000 earned media impressions, 76,000 virtual Coke cans shared, 378,000 extra Coke cans printed at kiosks, and one country painted red. With one simple tweak to a label, Coke once again became part of popular culture.
Okay, so a really good example of really this campaign alerted other brand owners to the opportunities that digital print for packaging can offer. Another digital print opportunity, Nutella do some really good packaging work. You may have seen this in many markets. Again, a sort of personalised pack, but this time you decide what name you put on there rather than you trying to hunt that down the name through the Coca-Cola campaign. These are my 3 children. I got them obviously a personalised Nutella each. They were available in the UK in 3 Selfridges outlets, and there were queues and queues of people lining up to pay a premium to have someone else's name on a pack. And this is my eldest daughter, 17, and I didn't ask her to do this, but I asked her about a week after what she did when I gave her the packs, and she literally went on social media and Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all those other things that I don't know what she's on, but she did allow me to share some of her things. So again, it becomes viral, it becomes free advertising, it becomes a way of getting that Nutella brand out. And a lot of these activities are about reaching out to these millennials I mentioned earlier. The Coca-Cola campaign, where 50% of people of these young consumers under 24 had never even tasted Coke recently. So these activities are really out there to capture the imaginations of these younger audiences. An activity in China, which is for personalised condoms. I had, when I was searching for packs on the internet, I had to tell my wife that there was a good reason why I was searching for customised condoms on the internet. So just to make sure that she didn't think I was up to anything any no good. So this is a campaign that's just come out. There's no other images of it at the moment, but this is for the Chinese market, and I think the opportunity is to have personalised packs based on signs of the zodiac. So that is going on in the Chinese market. And digital print doesn't necessarily have to be about personalisation, a pack versioning. It can just be about doing low-run, good quality print executions. This is some examples from Lush, which is a growing body care brand. This is an example from KHS, which is, rather than printing onto labels, this is a digital print directly onto the PET bottle. So the opportunities for digital print are quite extensive. This is quite an interesting one. This is not personalisation for humans, this is personalisation for animals. So this is called Just Right from Nestle Purina, and I'll let the video do the talking.
Every dog is unique, and that's why we believe the best solutions are personalized. And because no one knows your dog as well as you do, the best food for him should combine nutritional expertise with the kind of personal knowledge and experience only you can provide. That's the idea behind Just Right by Purina. Here's how it works. Sign up and tell us all about your dog, from basic information about his age, breed, and size to details that owners know best, like his activity level or taste preferences. You can also let us know about specific goals, like managing weight or maintaining a shiny coat. You can select real meat, poultry, or fish as the first ingredient, depending on your dog's favorite protein source. If you prefer a food made without soy or grains, we can do that too. Each blend is packed in a personalized bag with your dog's name and photo. We then ship it straight to your doorstep at no additional cost. If you want to update your dog's profile or renew your order, just log into your account and make changes anytime. And don't worry about running out of your dog's food. We'll keep track of your order history and let you know when it might be time to order a new bag. Because each blend is delivered with your dog in mind, we're always eager to hear how he's doing. Our team of Just Right experts is available by phone, email, or live online chat for 24/7 support. By combining Purina's proven expertise with your first-hand knowledge of your dog, we can make sure he gets the nutrition he needs to help him thrive. Join us at justrightpetfood.com.
So that's available currently in the States for dog food, and that's a brilliant example of using sort of personalised packaging plus personalised product to create something quite unique for each situation. Only available for dog food at the moment, but fully expect that, this is Nestle Purina, they've got many other brands, and fully expect that kind of level of personalisation, which is not just the pack, like Coca-Cola, but also includes the actual product. And very clever, because let's face it, they've got those consumers locked in now, not consumers, shoppers, because obviously the consumer is the dog. They don't care, the dog doesn't care if their picture's on the pack, but the owners do. So this is a really good example of, I believe, digital print through the whole process, in product and packaging. So obviously that's come out, and other people are replicating that. So this is recently launched in the UK. They're not very imaginative in terms of the printing here, no picture of an animal or whatever, but it does have the animal's name, Rover, which is a very popular dog's name in the UK. Some other examples, obviously you can do personalised whiskey, so for Father's Day, Christmas and the like, put your personal message there. Heineken have done some really good work with pack versioning, so lots of different executions. PepsiCo, hot on the heels of the activity from Coca-Cola, decided to do a very small test on Facebook where they sent out potato chips to only about 3,000 or 4,000 consumers, where you could put your friend's or loved one's name on the pack. And apparently there were 3 or 4 marriage proposals done in this way. I'm not sure if they ever got married or if they are indeed still married, but quite a nice touch. A very small activity, 3,000 or 4,000 packs, not going to change the world, but you can see that these kind of brand owners are testing the waters, seeing what's possible, using social media and the like. Because the technology's there and the cost isn't expensive. This was a pack for Parmenter potatoes in the UK for Tesco. And what consumers could do is upload their picture and go back in store about a month later, and their picture might be seen on the pack. Why another consumer would want to buy a pack of another family smiling on their pack, I don't know. But again, it's just another example of how brand owners and retailers are experimenting with the technology here and seeing what is possible. So that came and went a few months ago. But it just kind of shows you what is now possible. Another example from Sprite, so some more pack versioning there. This is an interesting one from Heinz. I don't know if anyone's seen this on Facebook. Particularly in the UK, there's a big association and link between soup and getting better. When you're ill, you often have soup as a way of getting better. So it's a short video to explain this.
Speak to anyone from the UK and they will fondly tell you stories about their childhood and how they were given hot soup on cold winter days when they were feeling a bit unwell. We wanted to use this emotional connection with soup to get people talking about Heinz soup again, so that they would choose Heinz soup rather than the supermarket brands. Our solution was the creation of Heinz Get Well Soup. The idea was simple: let people send their friends and family a personalised can of Heinz Get Well Soup with the message "Get Well Soon" and the name of their friend on the iconic label. We created a limited edition version of the 2 best-selling flavours, which we sold via Facebook. We also used Facebook to let people know about the initiative and share their stories. Consumers loved the campaign and posted overwhelmingly positive comments on the Facebook page, and we increased the number of fans threefold. The campaign went way beyond Facebook and generated £5 million worth of media coverage from a £100,000 investment. We would also like to think that the people who received a can of Heinz soup felt a bit better as a result.
Okay, so another good example of digital print being used in that effective way. And remember, they only spent £100,000 allegedly on marketing, and it created this magical 5 million figure, which I don't know where they get that from, but obviously it met their objectives in terms of getting the brand name out there. So there's lots of opportunities. We talk about personalisation, but also for pack versioning. So we're starting to see more and more of this now. But you've got Easter, Christmas, Halloween, St George's Day in the UK, but other national holidays, Mother's Day. There's lots of opportunities for digital print to play its part in creating sort of packs that are relevant to the time of year. So what are the opportunities for digital print going forward? I think there is a requirement to continue to educate the industry. There are lots of brand managers and marketing people out there that don't properly understand what the opportunities are. They understand advertising, understand direct marketing, but they don't understand how having digital print can enable them to do things that they wouldn't have been able to do before. There's opportunities to get people in the room and come up with sort of brainstorming ideation sessions to see how these ideas can come to life. We should see this not as a packaging cost, but potentially, we should see this not as how much it costs, because it does sometimes cost more than analog. But if you look at the Coca-Cola activity, they've basically replaced that extra print cost with additional sales. And likewise, in terms of the budget, the Coca-Cola activity was a marketing budget. It was a marketing initiative. So they could see through the potential additional costs that digital print would come up with. But they're seeing that as a marketing budget that is replacing advertising. So I think if we think in that way, the opportunities for digital print are more increased. And you can't really compare digital print with analog like for like, apples for apples. You need to judge them on their own merits. So the industry can do more, opportunity to educate, sell the benefits, make people aware of what can be done. As I said, work with creatives and brand managers to let them understand what the opportunities are. And digital print has huge opportunities for pack versioning, for short runs, for personalizations. It's good for test launches and prototyping. The quality is good. Opportunity to engage with consumers, make a point of difference, and create a significant competitive advantage. I run a packaging consultancy. I'm not got a vested interest in digital print, but I'm just really passionate that I feel that it has a real opportunity to build brand values, engage with consumers, and create a real point of difference. Ultimately, it's about meeting consumer needs. It's about delivering something that consumers want. And there they all are. Lovely as they are. So final thoughts, digital is very much here to stay. We need to embrace the change as a printing packaging industry. Education and engagement is essential, so ensuring that all parts of the supply chain understand what the opportunities are. Play to your strengths. High profile campaigns like the Coca-Cola and the Teller have helped with general understanding of the opportunities, and opportunity to be brave. Thank you very much.